Hey everyone, it's Gary. It's Friday afternoon and I hope you're doing well and ready for the weekend. But today I want to tell you a little bit more about our revolutionary club dues / bucket billing type of product. Now, we've been doing billing and products for well over a decade and our system is so refined. I mean, it's an amazingly powerful system. It's proven. We have put in so many different features and details and taken so many things into account. But the reality is high-level e-marketing isn't the same as running a soccer club. So now what we've done is we've added a special kind of product in there so that you can do a special type of product with a special type of billing and a special type of payment. So I'm just going to come into products right now and I want to show you the difference because we have two types. There's the bucket billing and there is our standard product. Now, if you just wanted to have a standard recurring billing type of product like many people offer, you could do that with our system. You just come into recurring billing, you would set up your price, and you would have a certain number of payments. When do you want it to start? That's our recurring start delay. And recurring cycle, how often do you want it to trigger? Now this is very traditional. This works in a standard e-commerce type of market. But again, it's not ideal for soccer because it doesn't take a lot of things into account that our bucket billing system has been created specifically for. In other words, we will always have standard products in here because there's a lot of times you just need this type of billing. But when you are doing your club registration, when you are registering your athletes to pay for the season or for tournaments, but most likely the season, our club dues / bucket billing system is just perfectly optimized for exactly what you need. So let's bounce over to products again. And this time I'm going to add a product. And I just want to show you real quickly what you can do. Now, of course, like I said, you will always have a standard product capability because you need to sell t-shirts too. I mean, sometimes you got to sell training shirts or kits or maybe special tickets or whatever it is you might need to do, you can do it with our standard product. But when we come into the club dues bucket billing system, you can set up very specific types of billing. And I'm going to talk about more of the payment schemes because we really are going out of our way to make sure that you can accommodate your customers. Again, if you're a high-end club and they just slap down the credit card, we can accommodate that. If they want to make payments, we can accommodate that on the credit card. If they want to make a combination of credit card, check, cash, or all the above, we're making it so you can accommodate that and have it all automated as well. So to start with, all we're going to do is name this product. And for the season, we're going to charge, let's say, $17.50. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is go to my payment schedule. And I'm going to put in my first payment. Typically, if you are just going to have people pay and require they pay the whole thing up front, well, you can do that. And it will still tie the registration together with the payment. Okay. And what I mean by that is typically you're going to have the parent paying and then somebody else is actually going to be registered, like the player. So not many 12-year-olds have credit cards. So we put that accommodation in, of course. But in this case, what I want to do is make it a little easier on the parents so that they can set up an initial payment to reserve their spot, and then they can set up they can pay in monthly installments or whatever type of time frame you put in there. Let me show you how this happens, okay? So to start with, I'm just going to make them pay $100, and this is what's going to be necessary to reserve their spot. In other words, after I tell them they made the team, they pay the $100, that's their commitment, that's their registration into that acceptance. All right? And here though, I'm going to give them an early pay discount. If they pay the full balance, not the full payment, not $100, but the $17.50. If they pay that full balance at the time of this payment, I'm going to give them a $100 early paid discount. Okay? Now you can see down here, there's a balance of $1,650. The system is automatically calculating this for you as you're setting up the product. So now I'm going to ask that they make the next payment of $250, and I want them to make this payment on, let's say, April 30th. Okay? If they make the full balance payment at this point, I'm going to give them a $75 discount. Again, they'll have already made the $100 payment, but they'll have $1,650 left over. And if they pay that $1,650 at this point in time, but on or before April 30th, they'll save $75. And again, the system will automate this whole thing for you. So you don't have to do anything once you set this up. And the person you're registering, the customer, the parent, will be able to see that this discount appears on the order page so they know it's there, and they're incented to pay you sooner instead of waiting if you choose to use this. Naturally, if you don't want to use this, you don't have to. I'm going to go with another $250 and put this out on a different date. Let's go May 30th. Like I said, you can set this up for any date. It doesn't matter what date you choose. The reason we have specific dates, though, is because when you are running your season, you typically will have specific trigger points throughout your season. So now you can hit those specific trigger points by selecting these dates. Let's say $500, just to mix it up a little bit. And we'll do that, let's say by June 15th. Okay, add this in, and we'll say the $650 has to be paid by June 30th. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now, I've created my product. And let's just go and do a product test. There's other things we can do in here. You can add coupons into this, and I'll get into some of that stuff in the future. But for right now, I just want to show you the most basic system. All right, so let's go ahead and click this test link. And the first thing we do is come to our registration form. Now this one hasn't been completed. You'll be able to put any type of liability form, medical waiver, registration, acceptance that you want. But the nice thing about this system is everything is going to be connected. So you will have that form online as part of the registration, and then when they sign off in their electronic signature, their signature and your document will be tied to the registration order. So that's a really powerful system. A, it's easier. You have no coordination of orders and outstanding liability waivers, but B, it keeps everything together. So there's never going to be a dispute about whether someone signed it or not, because when they sign up, it's always going to be part of that initial order. So we'll go on to the order. And I've got two in here. I'm going to remove this guy. Okay. And now what you're going to see is that it has the information of the product name, a little image just to make it look nicer, and it has the total cost. So in this case, it's $1,750. You see how it shows the early pay discount of $100. So they know how much it cost, they know what the payment due is, $100, but they can also see the early pay discount and that they save $100. Now, we're also putting in the ability to see the payment schedule, and if they want to add it, they just click here, and you see how it changes from $100 to be paid now to $1,650, and the $100 is already debited off. If they don't want it, well, they can always cancel it, and it goes back to only paying $100, and they can complete that payment. Now, when you come down, you can see that you can put in your billing information here, and that billing information can be the same, or it can be different than the player's information. And this is how you're going to keep your entire registration process all streamlined, all in one continuous flow, and all organized. And this is going to go right into your CRM as well. So now you're going to be able to send targeted email messages, text messages, surveys, all sorts of different things to the parents, to the players, and this really makes your system. All right, this is Gary with Soccer Pro, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend, stay safe, and remember, if you don't have your free account of Soccer Pro today, go get one now. It's free now, it's free forever, it's free. All right, bye now.